Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another episode. Today I've got a nice little screen share for my YouTube listeners out here. If you're listening on the podcast, you're just going to have to listen to this or go ahead and click over to the YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/elite clinical research. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. If not, just type in elite clinical research and it'll be one of the first things that pops up. So I've got a question here from someone who emailed in, listens on YouTube. So if you want to email me a question, you can email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. And so he says, "Hello, I'm a subscriber from your YouTube channel, and I am planning on becoming a CRA in the USA. I am currently undergoing the required training for becoming a CRA." Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but let's keep reading. "I am a Canadian citizen who has done MBBS in India, and I would like to know if I'm eligible for a TN1 visa as a CRA, because it is not listed on the eligible list of professions for TN1. And also, do I need to get my medical degree verified and equated to the degree over there by an independent credential evaluation organization? It would be a great help if you could clarify this matter for me. Thanks a lot." So thank you so much for your question. I'm not going to say your name, but thank you so much for your question. I have been getting a decent amount of these questions based on immigration. Once again, I am not an immigration expert, nor do I claim to be. So I appreciate your questions, but for most of the immigration questions, I cannot provide a great answer for you. You're going to have to talk to your attorney about that or any of your immigration officials about that. But if you can see on the screen share here, I do have the .gov website for America, where it kind of talks a little bit about the immigration process from Canada. And I was reading about this before making this episode. And because of NAFTA, which currently, as the making of this video, it's December 2018. Who knows what Trump is doing with NAFTA? But apparently I thought it was repealed. So I don't know if these, or it was changed. So I don't know if these things are still in effect or what is going on with that. But in NAFTA, there were provisions for people in North America. NAFTA stands for the North American Free Trade Agreement. Whether you're in Mexico or in Canada, it was going to be fairly easy for you to get workers' visas and workers' permits in the United States. And there's a whole list of professions that you can easily get a worker's provision for. So to answer the easy question first about your medical degree, if you are going to practice medicine in the United States and you have a medical degree from another country, you have to do residency over again. So I'm going to say that again. If you have a medical degree that is not in the USA, that is not from the USA, you are going to have to do residency over again. So if you want to practice medicine, you're going to have to do residency over again. But your question says you want to be a CRA. And for you as a CRA, you do not need to have a medical degree. You only need a bachelor's degree for the most part. I know some CRAs with an associate's degree, but it sounds like you have well past a bachelor's, so you should be more than qualified. So that's good. So you do not need to do a medical degree over. You do not need some kind of outside organization to credential you for a medical degree. You don't need any of that. What you need is some experience. So if you're planning on coming to the USA to work as a CRA, my best advice for you is to, and this is they're probably going to say this when you do your research also. What you want to do is become a CRA in Canada first. And now I know that there's plenty of CRAs there because I know some of them. There are plenty of them there. They work for the large CROs, IQVIA, Syneos, like I've said in a lot of episodes, or the large pharma companies. Like I said in a lot of episodes, anywhere there's clinical research, and Canada is a huge place, and there's a lot of clinical research going on there, there are going to be CRAs. So there are plenty of CRAs in Canada. I've seen entry-level CRA positions. You've got to be hungry. You've got to keep looking. They're out there for you. So the best thing that you want to do is become a CRA first. You do not want to be dealing with the immigration crap and all those immigration rules and regulations and red tape and trying to become a CRA. You need to become a CRA first and make it easy for these companies to hire you. And the easiest way that's going to be is if you have a CRA experience already and you're a CRA. Now, you're lucky because you're based in Canada. So when you become a CRA, you're likely going to have some American sites also. So you're going to be able to monitor in America along those American rules and guidelines. You're going to have experience with the FDA. You're going to have experience with those rules and regulations. So that's an advantage you have. But do not try and come to America as a CTA or a study coordinator trying to get into a CRA role. I do not recommend that, especially if you're in Canada, because it's just simpler for you to become a CRA in Canada, and then later on you can move to America and become a CRA there. I think that's the easiest way, and especially you're going to be more marketable to employers when you have CRA experience. So that's my recommendation for that. Now, if CRA is eligible for the TN1 visa. Now, when I looked at the list of occupations, there are probably like maybe 50 or 60. I mean, it literally seems like almost anything applies for that TN1 visa from Canada. Now, they had all these different scientists. They had research assistant. They had medical doctor. They had registered nurse. And, you can go look at the list. You can go look at the list, and I think it's a different list for Canada and Mexico, but you can go look at the list. But I believe that you can make CRA fit into one of those categories. Now, I'm not sure which one. So if anyone is listening who has successfully done the TN1 visa or knows about the TN1 visa, tell me or tell us, comment down below on the video or email me so I can comment on this video. Email me how did you make it work, or maybe we can even do an interview about that experience, because I've been getting a good amount of questions from people in Canada who want to work in the USA. And I don't really have much to offer because this stuff is just so complicated. There's so much red tape and there's so much craziness going on with the Trump administration when it comes to immigrants and immigration policy. So a lot of things are changing. But if anyone has done the TN1 visa, it would be great if you could comment down below, because I've been getting a lot of questions about this. But it's my understanding when you look at the list that there's some things you could definitely do it as a CRA, because it seems like it matches some of those positions. There's one for consultant. There was one for, there's a bunch of them for scientist. There's like half of them are for scientists or science related things. There's one for like standard medical professional. So I think you could definitely make it work as a CRA for sure. But I'm just going to say this. I've been saying this a lot lately. I don't believe that America is, the greatest place. I don't believe you have to practice clinical research in America. I do not believe that at all. I think there's plenty of opportunity in Canada. There's plenty of opportunity around the world in pharmaceuticals and clinical research. I don't think you have to come to America to do this, to do clinical research or become a CRA. I just think it's a matter of people not knowing or realizing there's this much opportunity out there. But there's high demand in places all around, including India. You mentioned you're from India. There's plenty of opportunity there. And I've done a video about that, or of a video coming soon about all the opportunity there is in India and how India is poised to be one of the hottest places for clinical research over the next decade. So, I think America is a little overhyped, and it's a little, it's just a little overhyped, and America trades a lot on brand, but there's plenty of opportunity elsewhere. So if you guys have any more questions or interested in getting your resume reviewed to increase your chances of landing a clinical research interview, or you want to do some interview preparation, you can email me, eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Take care, guys.